Sounds good.
And then we can talk to after.
Sounds good.
Think we should be. Yeah, we are live right now, making sure my Insta feed goes up. Yep, we are. Okay, I'm gonna have some fun with this. Hey everybody, my name is Christy, aka V-Ball Phil. I'm so excited about this chat. This has been something we've been trying to do for a couple years now. And one person is actually currently probably flying right now from PNQ qualifier. Joy, we love you. I'll get you on too soon. But I'm so excited about this because this chat is, Long Beach based. I know I'm from Long Beach. Terry's from Long Beach. Sylvia, you can tell where you're from, but she played at Long Beach State. She also played with my sister, younger sister Sherry. Shout out to you. I know you're probably watching. We are all very connected in this volleyball world. These two on with me right now, I have so much respect for because they run two of the big dog clubs in this country on different ends of the country. And yes, I am associated with TAV. But first, let me give you a little backstory on me, and then I'm going to lead into Terry. I'll go to you first, and then Sylvia after. Born and raised, I was born in Bellflower, but I was raised in Long Beach, California. Played at I played club, played in Ichiban. That's where I met Terry. We never played together. We always played against each other, but we've known each other a very long time. Played it in Motion with Misty May Train. Both of these women have played with also in club and in college and on the junior national team, if I'm not mistaken, Terry. And then I played at Long Beach City College and went the junior college route because politics, believe it or not, and then moved to Texas Pan American, which is now UTRGV. Stayed there, ran a club, came back and head coached at Long Beach City College. Oh yeah, I was the assistant at UT Pan Am for a year too. That's where I ran back into you, Sylvia. And then went to Long Beach City, went on with Mizuno Long Beach for years, worked at the AVP, worked at a bunch of stuff, and then I'm at Texas Advantage, and I'm so thrilled to be there. I love my club. Social media director, was the beach director, just now focusing all on social stuff and growing the club, which I'm so excited about. But now I'm going to pass the mic to Terry.
Hi. Well, that's a lot to go back on. I don't know where to start, but obviously born in Long Beach, California. Today is my special birthday, so I'm super excited.
Birthday.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be spending it with you guys. Talking volleyball, which obviously I love. Just hit the big 5-0, and it seemed like so long ago when we were playing for Ichiban back in the day. I graduated high school from St. Anthony's, downtown Long Beach. Saints, way to go. And then moved to Arizona in 94 to attend Arizona State to play in the Pac-10 at the time, which was like a dream for most West Coast kids. And have been out in Arizona ever since. Met my college sweetheart at ASU, Craig Spann, had 3 kids and been living my best life out here. But super blessed to continue to stay involved in volleyball for as long as I have. I coached at Texas Tech and ASU, went back to my alma mater and worked under my old coach, Patty Snyder Park, and another coach, Brad Sandin, but had the best time coaching in college. But I love what I do right now, running my club, Arizona Storm Elite Volleyball Club. And we've been pretty successful in Arizona and at a national level. So I'm just beyond blessed to feel like I'm only 30, working around all these young kids. But yeah, it's been awesome. Thriving, living my best.
All right, Sylvia.
Well, first off, happy birthday, Terry. You actually share a birthday with my oldest. It's her birthday
Oh,
today.
yay,
She's 22 today.
What's
so
up? Okay. Well, it's all downhill now for me.
Tatiana is 22 today, which is absolutely crazy to me that I have a 22-year-old, but it is what it is.
That's awesome.
So my name is Sylvia Johnson. I own Metro Volleyball Club. I actually was born in Slovakia, formerly Czechoslovakia when I was there. we have the whole communist story where we escaped
Oh,
and
wow.
ended up in the US with nothing, literally no English, no money, no nothing, with a family. So ended up in California. Um, I actually originally was a figure skater, believe it or not, in Europe.
Oh,
And my
wow.
mom was a pro volleyball player back then. And she wanted to get me into volleyball. And I said, no, I'm not doing a team sport. You have to depend on other people to work hard. I don't like this. And eventually the PE teacher got me to try it because I went out for the football team and we did PE and PE in class. And she's like, you should play club. So that's how I ended up in motion. Also,
Wow.
that was my first club experience. And
Oh, wow.
I was on my first year of club was in 8th grade. I was on the third 16th team because I don't think they had a 14 under team. And there was no odd age groups back then. And I think I maybe played 5 minutes out of the whole season. I didn't even know what rotations were. I had no idea. And then the next year, just kind of worked my butt off and played for Mizuno Long Beach. We were a top 10 team, and I set the 5-1 for that 16 ones team after that for Mizuno Long Beach. So
With my
Jerry
sister.
Estes was my coach
Yep.
back then. He was my coach at 16s and 18s. And then Joy was the 14th coach when I was on the 18s. So at Mizuno Long Beach. So
Oh, wow.
all those crazy ties there. So grew up in that area. Ended up going to my dream school as well, which was, got recruited, but Long Beach State called, and I was like, that's a dream. Yes, 100%. That's where I would love to be. So ended up actually walking on to Long Beach State, and was Misty's backup. was But I could say I was the only setter on the other side that we ever beat Misty. So hey, we went undefeated that year. So I ended up transferring to American my last 2 years and played for Barry Goldberg. And Barry, it was a great experience. We were top 25 at the time. We had a good experience, tons of international players, which was really cool. Got on the East Coast with it. And then he called me a couple months out of graduating and said, do you want to apply to be a coach, a college coach? So I was his only assistant. Did that for 5 years until my second was born, and then realized, how am I doing this with two little ones? And in the meantime, I was like, Barry, we got to get club going. At that point, I mean, when I played club, it was literally mostly California, I feel like now Texas is dominating for sure, but
Yes.
but there's good volleyball kind of all over the place. Back then it was only California, I felt and I was like, we have athletes out here. We got to do something. We got to do. So there were some clubs, and we started. He ended up starting a club called Metro American back then, and I was working for him. And eventually, he just kind of said, "Hey, I'm done with clubs." So I opened Metro, and it's been 11 years now since running Metro. So that's kind of my story there.
And
awesome.
he passed away 2 years ago, or
He
you?
passed away 2 years ago. Yeah, I was actually very, very fortunate when he got sick, he asked me to come and help him with American because he was having a hard time running. So I actually got to coach with him that last semester he was alive, and we got some time even driving into work and so I'm very fortunate that I got that extra little time with him at the very end. And I know Bonnie obviously pretty well. She's still out here, and they've got 3 kids. They're all Mitch is not into volleyball as much. He did more of lacrosse, and he's helping run Capitol Hill. But obviously Ariel owns Beta Bay, and Jared's coaching a men's program in AIA, so it's a whole, definitely it's kind of cool to see how your, branches go out, and for sure Long Beach branch is pretty wide. So it's kind of cool to connect with people from Long Beach.
Well, and I was going to say what's so crazy too. Not only did I play against Terry's older sister in college, who I love, Maureen, but my cousin's daughter plays with Sylvia's youngest at McDaniel, right? In
McDaniel
Maryland.
College, yeah, yeah.
And that was by
Small world.
the most random
Yeah.
like,
Because it's a tiny little school in Maryland out here, Westminster,. That you've never heard of. So,
Yeah.
I'm
it,
45 minutes away, and I didn't hear of the school until my kids started looking at it. So,
and I only
so
heard
yeah,
about it because of my cousin's
yeah,
daughter who I
yeah,
saw at AAUs, and I mean it's crazy.
yeah.
Okay. So I know we can all go on about a lot of things, but talk about your club experience. I know you did a little bit too, Sylvia, which I learned a lot right there too that I didn't know. But do you have any favorite memories? Do you have a favorite club coach? Oh, and by the way, Jerry Estes is back coaching I saw too, by the
Love
way,
it. Love
at New
it.
Mexico. But if you have any favorite memories, I mean, I have a couple. If you want me to start, I can. Um, just to kind of lead it. You know, in motion, I played 2 years. I played Ichiban for 1 year, and I was kind of the 15s team where Terry was too good, because
Oh,
Terry's
stop.
always been the stud of my city, in my opinion. Well, not my opinion, a lot of people's opinion. So she played up with Tanisha, who was my high school teammate at Long Beach Poly. Speaking of which, thank you guys, love you guys. That's right, I did throw that out. Some of my favorite memories, believe it or not, was with Misty. We were the babies on the team. There was 3 of us. 2 of them were a year behind because we did not have odd years then. We played even years. But I was supposed to be class of 95. I was younger. Um, but back when Vegas was a thing and Triple Crown wasn't even a thought process in any of our minds, Vegas is where we all went. And Sherry Sanders was our coach. And I'll never forget doing a Chinese fire drill on the Vegas Strip with our team. It was the most random moment of my life, being a baby, like not, like I'd gone to Vegas, but I had no parents there. And here are my teammates, Tracy Heflin, who you played with in college, to, Heather McNabb, to, Paula McCritis, all these people, Betsy Flanagan, Jen Strophe. I can't believe I just remembered everyone's
Oh
names.
my gosh. Yeah, it's impressive.
Jessica Lyons. Um, and so that, and also just so you know, Misty also had the best fire marshal Bill from In Living
She
Color.
did. She did.
And she used to
I have
do it.
pictures of that, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, that was stuff that I'll never forget. Apparently names either. But anyways, Terry, I'm gonna throw you up. You
I
can go
mean,
next.
I have so many stories. Well, first off, my first year of Ichiban, I think I was like on a 3s or 4s team. Being from a single parent, we couldn't afford club. And my brother came home one day, and a girl that he, got him to play volleyball at St. Anthony's said, you should put your sisters in club volleyball. And gosh, I can't even remember her last name, Jen something. But anyways, so we went to an Ichiban tryout at a Lakewood YMCA, and my club coach, Roger Goodwin, was running the tryouts. And this is back when they had like the big old VHS camera and they did like interviews and everything. And but my sister was trying out with her mint green Pro Wing volleyball shoes. They were from Payless. But was doing a tryout, and Roger was like, why aren't you trying out? And I was like, I don't play volleyball. And he goes, well, it's a good age to start. And so they put a number on my back shirt, and I tried out, and I ended up playing for T. Williams, who is an Olympian. And I was so bad at volleyball, so bad. Like, I think I was a middle my first year, and they at 5'5" or whatever. And I would look over at her on the sidelines, and I'd say, jump now. And the ball had already passed me and everything. She's like, oh my gosh, yes, jump now. So then I would just jump. And anyways, that year festival was at UC Davis. And she was so mad about how bad we played that day. So she said, everyone in my hotel room, after, we got back to the hotel, she shut all the curtains in the hotel room, made it pitch dark, and she made us watch Days of Our Lives. And that was our punishment, to watch her soap opera. And I was like, okay, these are all the things you could never do nowadays in club volleyball or any youth sports. Make them go to your hotel room, the whole team, dark curtains are up, everything. It was just like so classic. But that always forever stuck with me, because she was this Olympian that coached these little horrible rugrat kids, probably just to make a paycheck at the time or something. But she was a memorable coach. She taught me a lot. And then after her, I had Roger, who was probably one of the best coaches I've ever had in my life, most memorable as well. He's kind of like MIA. Everyone always is like, where's Roger at? How's Roger? And I'm like, he's hiding from all of us former players, clearly. So, but I have stories about him that I know that he could probably go to jail for now because he was so hard on me. But the year I got MVP at nationals, he was so upset because I decided to play basketball my junior year of high school. And I was late sometimes to practice or whatever, and I would run nonstop. He was so hard on me. But that was the year I got MVP. And I always think I wouldn't have gotten it if he hadn't put so much pressure on me to step it up, and I was just always grateful for that. But yeah, lots of memories, mostly with my former teammates as well. Obviously, some of the best relationships with Heather Loeb, Brandy Glenn, obviously our relationship, Annie, who came back in my life, Annie Sands Williams.
wow.
Yeah, love her to pieces. She was just out here for my birthday party, and so Heather Lowe came. I was super blessed. But yeah, Tanisha Larkin, Misty May. Misty May made me a really sweet video. But yeah, it was just all those memories. Jolynn Fatulu, Mia,
Joey.
Rachel Hokasang, like the list goes on of all the players that we played with. As short as I am, I'm only 5'7", but I probably would have been a libero, but I guess my vertical helped me out a little bit. But I just love, I just love volleyball, and I love the relationships I built with everyone. And it's crazy because I don't know if you guys find yourself doing this, but you'll spot a player now and you're like, who's your mom? Because you immediately recognize them as someone that used to battle with or against or whatever. It's crazy the cycle, right? Like it's just unbelievable. So lots of amazing memories that come back in the convention centers right now when you see former teammates and former competitors and stuff like that. Lisa Sharpley, oh my gosh, I love seeing her all the time. It's awesome. So
Sylvia, you want to?
Yeah,
You're
no, I'm here. This one over here is like asking for
Oh,
attention because I've been 3 qualifiers in a row, and she's like, "Mom, why are you not paying attention to me? Why are you on the phone?" Anyways, so it's like the third child. So anyways, but yeah, no, same kind of thing. Club has definitely changed. So I don't know if I can share all the stories, but
I don't think any of us can. Let's
I know,
just be
right?
real.
or any
Or
of
college.
them, but
Let's not even go into college stories. Okay?
maybe when we go get a drink, I can share it with the two of you. Sherry definitely was a big figure there. Like she was tough. I remember us, you know how here they don't do it on the East Coast, but like, you know, you have the mandatories that put you in the division for obviously in California, right? And I remember us like, so that first year I was in god awful team. The second year I stayed in motion, then went to Mizuno Long Beach after that. But that second year I was on that 16-1s team, and I remember we were pretty good. And she basically said like, hey, if we still made it to Division 1, but if every point they score over like 10 or 15, you guys are doing a set of sprints. And we came back, we had 38 sets of sprints. 1, 2, 3 was 1, 15 seconds, 10-second break. And she just brought out big trash cans and say, here you go. If you have to throw up in between, you have 10 seconds to throw up and go ahead. You know, that was a memory of Sherry. No, but
That was normal though back then.
I
Yeah,
know,
it was
it was
very normal
normal.
because I had Sherry the year before. So trust me, I have.
But I think it like I get why it went the different way, and I get all this like why we do things differently now, but like I also do think she shaped all of us, you know, in a different way, and
Mhm.
kind of cool to see that. I would say my favorite coach was Jerry. Because I spent
Wow.
what
Okay.
yep. Remember I spent my last 2 years of club with him, and then I spent 3 years of college. So I was with Jerry for 5 years. So I knew him on a pretty good level, like even outside of volleyball a little bit. But so I know he's got his crazy too, and there's things that, you know, but I loved him. I think he taught me a lot, and he was part of the reason I ended up at Long Beach, and part of the reason I have the connections I do now, and you know, always wish him well. And I'm always like, where's Jerry? Where's Jerry? Where's Jerry? You know, so he was just probably the most influential for me in club at that point. And like I said, I learned a lot, and he always fought really hard for whatever team I was on. So especially that club teams, he fought really hard for us, and which I really appreciated. So, but yeah, I think I mean, for me, the biggest memories, I mean, we could talk about all those, but like, it's amazing how many, and I tell my club teams all the time this, like, these are friends for life. Like, I still talk to a lot of my club teammates. We check in on each other, whether it be holidays or, like you said, birthdays or whatever, or you see each other and, in convention centers. And this is, shoot, I'm 40. How old am I? 47, I think. This is a lot of years. And
You're
I just
young.
had a birthday. I don't know. We got to like, but you keep those bonds pretty long because you went through a lot of things together, good or bad sometimes. But same with college, like college teammates, like it's amazing to see college teammates and catch up with them. It's a different bond than just a regular friendship. And I'm always telling my kids in club that, like, keep these bonds, stay close, because they're gonna last you a lifetime, that are gonna be very different with people that didn't go through the same things as you. You're just gonna connect on a different level. So I think those are my fondest memories to, with the college and club kids, that I've stayed friends with.
I was gonna say, it's crazy you say that. I always tell everybody, it's all ball on the court. It's not personal. It's all ball.
Yeah.
But when you look across that court, those could be your future teammates. Those could be, high school, college. You could coach club with them, right? Like you could do a lot of stuff. Like I said, me and Terry never played together, ever. But I always looked across the court from her and said, God, I want to jump like
Yeah.
her. Jeez.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, Terry jumped out of the gym, like literally, and her daughter Justine, and that's the next area I'm going to talk about or go into. But Justine is a carbon copy, Tatiana setting, like I've watched both of your kids, and then your younger one too, Sylvia, just
Yeah.
because of the areas in volleyball I've been blessed to work in.
Yeah.
So it is kind of fun, but yeah, I'm gonna say too for Sherry Sanders, what's interesting is it was hell. But but I will always give her 100% credit of what I learned and who I was technique wise. Just like Joy, I will give 100% credit in the technique of how to coach. Because your senior year, Sylvia, is when I coached with her and Jerry at Volleyball Festival because they asked me to coach to help out since my sister was already there. It's crazy how it's
Yeah.
all kind of cyclical. But anyways, on to daughters because I don't want to keep us for 10 hours, even though I know we could talk for that long. Tell us about your daughters and where they are now and what they did. And I know you have sons, Terry, because you have, and like talk about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, my daughter unfortunately played for me for quite some time, but I actually never like I didn't think about coaching my kid until because I always coached like 17s and 18s when I was, first starting off coaching, and it was just, where she'll play for the younger coach or whatever. And I'll never forget my husband said, you help all these other kids, get really good at volleyball. Are you going to coach our kid? And I'm like, she's fine. I didn't think anything of it. It's probably best. and and then I started realizing, you're right. Like, I don't ever get to watch her grow and develop. And so I think I went down in 13s, and yeah, I was 13s when I started coaching her. It was supposed to be her 12s year, I think, but she played up on 13s because the team wasn't as strong, or maybe we didn't have enough people or something like that. But when I got to coach her, I had a core group of kids that were new to volleyball, and it was kind of like a starting over year for her, but it was good. And I was really, really hard on her because I never wanted anyone to accuse me or her of nepotism or anything like that. So I was definitely borderline extra tough, always holding her more accountable than anybody else. Never really, I don't even think she called me mom or anything like that. I think she referred to me as Terry sometimes just to get my attention. But I wanted her to know what it took to be at the next level. And I couldn't coddle her in any way. I was always hard. But one thing that people don't see behind the scenes is it doesn't stop. The car ride home is still talking volleyball. If she didn't do something right in practice, I was like, wow, you don't need your phone, or you're grounded or whatever. And it's like, what does this have to do with volleyball? So I was always really, really extra hard on her. So she definitely had it tougher. We have a great relationship now, obviously. She's working at Storm and everything, but she didn't have an easy path. But I also feel like she became the player that she became because of my tough love. So I was blessed to be able to be a part of her journey from 13s through 18s. This is before they went to college early. And got to coach her all the way through. And then she went on and played at Colorado and had a great career playing at Colorado. She had the most amazing experience as a Buffalo and as a diehard alumni, and very proud of her roots. So we support Colorado volleyball, football, and everything in our house as well. But she was a undersized outside hitter, so I think a lot of players did look up to her. Great ball control, great all around skills. And I think also now a very successful club coach for me at Storm, where her 15
Very
Thunder,
successful.
yeah, her 15 ones team is killing it, doing great. We were just in Florida and they finished with a silver, and she has a lot of amazing studs that are highly recruited right now already, and just super excited for her
Question.
future. Yeah.
Did Metro win that? Was that the 15s you just said? And then second to you guys?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And so that's what I thought was funny too about this conversation today. But yeah, I mean, we're always battling. It's not just 15s and it's 18. It's it's like, and that's the thing at a national level. Like everyone's always like, "What's your secret? What's your secret in Arizona?" I'm like, we're competing with the Skylines, the TAVs, the Metros, the OT VAs, whatever the heck they are now. I feel like they change their name way too often. But it's just it's crazy because that's Sunshine and Wave and Coast. I mean, the list goes on of all the amazing clubs at a national level that we look forward to playing against. And back to the relationships that are built, and I think this has a lot to do with NTDP and USA type events, Under Armour, whatever it is. These kids develop amazing relationships with girls across the net now. And I think a little bit even more so than we did back in the day, because we literally, like, I used to hate ASIC Tiger. Like you brought up, like these former Cal juniors, like we were like, we didn't like each other. If you weren't part of our family at Ichiban, even yeah, Spry, like, come on. Like we were like we struggled with those clubs, but now these girls, they'll talk trash through the net, but then they're making TikToks, an hour later together or whatever. So, yeah, it's crazy the relationships that are built now. But I also appreciate that, and I love that for these kids in this generation. So. Yeah.
And you have a son, right? Wait,
I do. I have a son that's at Memphis playing football. He started at ASU and transferred to Memphis. And then I have another kid that just he's a senior in high school. My baby, Jaden. He'll be going to New Haven in Connecticut. So super excited for him. It's going to be different weather-wise for us, but we'll cope, I guess. So I'm just happy that they're blessed to be able to continue to play the sport they love.
And Sylvia, let's hear about your two daughters.
Yeah, I have two of them. So my oldest one, like I said earlier, she's 22 today. So Terry, a little different than your story. I did the opposite. I actually try to avoid her as long as possible to coach her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she was a very competitive figure skater, like 6 hours a day, training with Tara Lipinski's coach, like,
Wow.
yeah, like crazy, like choreographer here, go get her blades sharpened 2 hours away. That's the only person that could like crazy stuff. Up at 4 a.m., all that. And then she's, she was always around the volleyball because that's what I did. So she got like, I didn't want to force it, I wanted her to like it. So like, I didn't want to force it. She was also like this scrawny little kid where I'm like, I don't know how big this kid is going to get. I didn't marry for height at the time. Maybe not the smartest thing. No, I'm just kidding. But, but so anyways, ended up, so she started getting in the gym. She was always pretty coordinated, I think, because of her like base of starting so young with like really competitive sports. So when she was a 12 and under, same idea on our 13s. It was the first year we started. It was the first year I took over Metro, and it was the first year I added 13 travel. We did not have like a competitive 13s team. And I remember she saying like, I want to try out, Mom, I want to try out. I'm like, all right, you have no shot, but sure, you can try out. So I already had her like ready to go on like our 12 North team, which was more of a local team. And she went to the tryout. I remember us filling out, like, just like everybody, I make her fill out the online thing, So she filled out the online thing. She was 4'11" at the time. She goes, can I please put 5 feet? I don't know if anybody's going to be under 5. I'm like, fine, line, go put yourself that you're 5 feet tall. Like 100 pounds soaking wet with a brick, but go ahead. So she's at this tryout, and my 13th coach says, all right, so I'm gonna take Tot. I'm like, you sure? I'm trying to talk my 13th coach out of taking her, honestly. I'm like, I don't know if she's ready. Like, she's like, no, she's in my top 6. And I'm like, oh boy, we're in trouble. But okay, so she makes the team. We get in the car, she's excited, and she goes, Mom, what happens when I make the 18 travel? And I'm like, because I'm coaching 18s at this point, and I'm like, I'll step down and go 12s. And I'm thinking this kid is getting cut the next year. Like, we're gonna get better at the younger ages. She's gonna get cut. It's fine. Like, so we literally don't talk about it at all anymore. By the time she's like 15, 16, she's on our top teams and she's getting better, getting recruited now at this point. And I'm like, so she brings it up again. And by 18, she's like, so you're moving to 12s this year, right? And I'm like, there's also this club, this club, this club. Who do you want to try out for? So I did end up coaching her 18 season. And just like you, Terry, I literally have never, ever in my life statted setters so hard. I had 2 good setters. I had her, both of them were D1, both had good careers. And like, I've never statted 2 people so much in my life that to make sure it was fair, you know? So,
Yeah.
and I was much harder on her. Sometimes I had to like be like, stop, stop. Like, you know, my assistant was
Yeah.
always, like, you don't treat her the same. I'm like, I get it. Okay. So, but we survived the year. We survived the year. And she went to play at University of South Florida. So they had some good seasons. They won the conference last year and they got the at large this year. And she is coach. She decided, I mean, even when she was little, she always said she had this whole idea of having her own ice skating academy. When she was like 7, 8, 9 years old, she already had her whole business plan of, I'm gonna hire this person to do this. I'm gonna hire this person to do this. I'm like, okay. And then recently it's turned into I want to coach volleyball. So she's coaching OTVA 15s, that Randy's
Aw.
team. So you guys might have played them, maybe. Your
Yeah,
15s, your
probably.
daughter's team might have played them. So she's coaching a pretty good team there too. And so they're all in that same mix of like those pretty good 15s. And that's been a great experience for her. She's volunteering at USF and she's heading out to Texas to volunteer to do an internship with them right after. And then my other daughter is just turned March 3rd, just turned 20, and she's playing D3. She like played ice hockey pretty competitively after she quit skating.
Wow.
And she on her own decided I'm going to sign up for ROTC. And we're having a conversation this week if she's actually going to sign. So I'm a little stressed about that one, but she's her own person, like doing her own like complete different thing. A little different with the 2 kids. And then I have my other daughter here, the boxer puppy that everybody knows about, Riley. And that's my
That's
kids.
awesome.
Yeah, and I should add, my one kid is sitting over here on the ground
Your
pouting.
baby.
Yeah,
Yep,
my
same
baby
thing.
girl who's in every single photo or snap I ever send.
Exactly.
And that's the big thing too, is just it's so amazing because I've watched both of you guys play and I've also watched your daughters play. And, Terry, I know, Justine, I've watched her coach plenty. I'm excited to watch your daughters. I mean, I've watched Tatiana play, and so it'll be very interesting this year to watch. And if you hear background, my gardener just got here. So like I'm like, sorry about that. Again, live, you never know what's gonna happen. But the last thing I really want to talk about this time is who are your inspirations? Like for me, I don't know if you can hear that, so I apologize. But really? Um,
Can't hear it, Chris.
okay, good.
Yeah, you're
Thank
good.
you. I'm like all panicky. So basically my 2 idols growing up was Liz Mezakine on the volleyball side and Mia Hamm. Number 9 came and my family all took 9 soccer wise, all these things. But Christine Romero from Long Beach State was actually the one that Sherry Sanders ironically always compared me to. And that's the kind of style I wanted to be and I always aspired to be. And I'm so grateful I had the opportunity to look up to so many, amazing athletes. I can honestly say I'm friends with Liz now. And have I seen her in a long time? No. But I'm just saying, like, it's crazy to see how things come full circle. I have met Christine. I know Joy is very close to her still. But it's awesome too in the social media world how much like, and that's something I always ask my athletes. I'm always like, okay, who are you looking up to? Who are you watching? Who inspires you? What, and we have this opportunity now with social media to have that connection even more to these athletes. Um, but that's who I looked up to. Terry, I'm going to throw you up next.
Well, it's funny you say Christine Romero. I, being at Long Beach State, if I got to go to a game, because it was a special treat for me to be able to go to a game. We didn't, have TV to watch. I mean, first off, it didn't air. Women's volleyball was not on TV like it is now. These kids are so lucky to have access to as much volleyball as they get. But that's who I would enjoy watching. I did think she wore her buns a little too high, and I was a little
I
bit
knew
like,
that was going to come up because that was the national talking trend too back then.
oh my gosh, she would like wear them straight up like a bathing suit, but she had a banging body to do it. So I wasn't mad at her, but it was
I was
just,
going to say though, Terry, you just brought up something. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
people don't understand. We had to wear buns. We had to
Buns.
wear bathing suit
I
bottoms.
tried to bring them back and I got shot down.
I think
But
they made your legs look longer. At least the long socks are coming back. I've been trying to get those back
Yes,
for a
Yes,
while.
that I'm
And that was
happy
not
about.
cool when my kid was in club. Now it's like,
But bikers
I've
came
been
out my
repping-
sophomore year. So
yeah, I've been repping the long socks since day one.
Me
Even
too.
in college, I wore them.
Mhm.
But I literally, because it was my birthday, someone just sent pictures, and here I am in buns, and I'm like, yeah, these kids have no idea the wood burns that we used to have on the front part of our thighs. But here's the deal: they wear their spandex like that already, like basically, right? Like, I'm like, it's pretty much the same thing. But I don't know. I got shot down. I tried to bring the duffel bags back too. They were just like, Terry, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm gonna do it one year. I just know I am.
hey, if Crocs were
Retro
making
year.
you could bring the double.
I know. I'm always trying to get it back. So
We can make it a trend. We can make it a trend if enough of us
seriously,
do
we
it.
should all just
I know,
make
3
a pact
months.
right now. Yeah. So
Next uniform order.
yes. But so I didn't really get to watch too much volleyball, right? But bottom line, when I did, I loved watching Long Beach State, Daniel Scott, like literally the whole like Sherry Sanders, all of them. They were all just amazing to me. What was the woman at UCLA, the lefty right side? I loved her too. I can't even remember. So obviously that was awkward. But honestly, Chrissy, my inspiration was my mom. To know that she sacrificed so much for me to play club volleyball as a single mom and putting herself through like multiple different jobs, nursing, working nights, my brother pretty much taking care of us during the day. A lot of communication took place in a notebook that my mom still has, all of the notebooks when she would tell us what to do after school or chores, all of that stuff. I just knew that I wanted to not have to struggle financially, emotionally, or physically like my mom did, and sacrifice as much as she did on a personal level to put all three of us in Catholic school, to put all three of us through, sports and everything. I just really appreciate all of her sacrifices, and honestly, I have the life that I have because she motivated me to want better. And so she was really my inspiration. She didn't have a lick of volleyball athleticism whatsoever. Matter of fact, she cheered. Her cheers were embarrassing because she would yell side out when we had the ball. And I was like, Mom, like, that's not the right cheer. But I'm very grateful for the opportunities to play club and to be able to do what I have done for so long because of my mom being present and always helping me. So she was honestly my major inspiration. And then just surrounding myself with other awesome people in the volleyball community. Like I said, Roger Goodwin, Art Garcia, the families, the Mays, everybody. They were always so supportive. Yeah, like when my mom couldn't come take me, Misty would drive all the way down from Newport Beach to get me in Long Beach just to drive, which was scary. We used to drive to San Diego, to Santa Barbara, like
Bakersfield.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Bakersfield. She was young, and my mom let her drive, and she would tell us how she had a late night, and I was like, late night, like. But I mean, just to think that we were driving to, because parents didn't go to club like they do now, like they wouldn't go to every event. Like even the travel trips, like
Hmm.
it was the chaperone and that was it, or like maybe one or two other parents. So it's pretty crazy how much it's changed.
I will never forget when Misty came driving up to, believe it or not, this is not a happy memory, but one of our club teammates, who was my high school teammate, lost her parents on a train Amtrak accident. Was I'm pretty sure you guys know who this is, but Misty drove up in a car. And all of us older, like, we're like, she comes up, hey, guys, I'm driving. And like, we're like, wait, what? What? Yeah, Misty in a car. Sorry, I
Yeah.
love you, Misty, but anyways.
Yeah. The stories, definitely. Does
Okay.
she even have her license yet? I could totally see
She had her
Butch just
license,
saying,
but
hey,
none
you
of
go ahead
us,
and drive.
because we literally were I was young. Her and Jessica Lyons also played up, and they were class of 95 on that emotion team. But I was younger than Jess, and Misty was younger than me. But like here, it was just because none of us expected to see her drive, like, because she was still the youngest on the team. So it's
Wow.
kind of comical to see her just come on up, and we're like, oh, she's driving. Awesome. Okay. But she was legal, totally legal for the record.
That's
So,
funny.
Sylvia.
Yeah, I can't say there's like one specific person that I'm like, this has shaped my volleyball, but I think everybody's had a role in it that I've been around. Like I said, I got a late start to club. Um, and I feel like nowadays it's so different. Like it's so different to really start I mean, I played my 8th grade year, but I really didn't play. So really my 9th grade year was my really first year of serious club. And, Sherry was a big inspiration at that point, right? Cause that's like what I knew, and she was a big deal. And just seeing her I'm undersized, I'm 5'6", I'm shorter. And just seeing her at 5'3" touch the rim and just bounce balls, and you're like, I can do that. Sure. Like I never was able to do that, but like, you're like, I could do this. And just how hard she went after things. And then, then you saw Jerry and Joy running the club and doing their thing. And that was an inspiration. Then Brian Jamilero, you learn different things from Brian being under him. And and then like obviously Debbie Green, learning under Debbie
Love Debbie.
for 3 years, and seeing how she, especially the relationship that she really fostered with her top setter, which was Misty at the time, obviously, but like how much she poured into that. And that's the reason Misty was the 2-time player of the year, was Debbie, like she really poured into her. And it was cool to see that relationship, even though I was a setter and I still worked with them, but you saw like a different level of relationship there, which was cool. I wasn't I loved it personally, just seeing it, because we knew that was going to make us good as a team. And then when I transferred to American, Barry was a complete different kind of relationship. He was more of a father figure. He was more of a mentor, and that's really where I, like, for the first time, I think I learned how to like treat people, and like how to manage and give people the like reins to do what they're good at. And I feel like I learned how to manage people from him. So I think all my different experiences have made like me be able to run a club. And I think I learned different things from different people. And so I feel like they're all inspirations in different ways. But same thing, Terry, same thing as for me. Like, I think it's my mom. I mean, she passed away at 63, so super young, and she was still working. Like, cancer got her at the very end. And so we were super close. She was watching. She also didn't, I don't remember her ever traveling. I think she went to my senior year nationals was the only flight she ever got on to go to a club tournament. None of our parents traveled. There was one chaperone, and that was it. And which was great, actually, to be honest with you. Like, it might help nowadays. Um, but it gave us time to bond. It gave us time to fail. It gave us time to do things on our own. And yeah, I just think parents didn't see it. My parents definitely didn't have the means to do it. I mean, we were immigrants with we got here. They had less than $500 and no English, like, and had 2 kids. Like, that was all we had. So same kind of idea. Like, we came from nothing and had to earn something. So you're trying to make it. And I think that drives you a lot. So my parents, like, making it work, that I got to play club, making it work. I remember for that one year when I went from being able to set a good Mizuno Long Beach team, like, all I asked for Christmas was summer camps. I was like, I don't want a present. I just want summer camps. Like, I just want to go. So I went to like all the summer camps around. I didn't get on a flight. I did eventually get to go to Spry one year for that, like the 10-day setter academy, but like everything else was just around. But that was a lot of sacrifice for them, to be able to do that for me. So, those are big inspirations for me too, my parents and my mom especially. So
Right now, I'm trying to think. Spry obviously has they've had their interesting past, but they're back full force. What other clubs that can you like? OCVBC now is Balboa, right? If I'm not mistaken, Balboa Bay. OCVBC was that.
I didn't even know that.
Don't quote me on that, but I thought
It's
that,
boys, right?
but
Still?
it's girls too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to
Well, I don't
think.
know if
Like,
you
I mean,
remember this,
Texas.
Christy.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was just saying, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, all the clubs basically had to change their names or fold because there was like tax fraud or something crazy like that.
Yeah, because it's not Saddleback Valley because they're fine now, but it was the club. It was SVVC. I think that's what it was before that.
Okay.
And I don't know what happened with Ichiban, but I know that A6 Nova and Magnum combined, and then that was, like there was all this merging where these
Yeah.
clubs were still around, but they're different names.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
Texas, I do know like Mid Cities, John combined with Mid Cities to make Texas Advantage back in, I know it was like 2005 maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like interesting to think about which clubs came from
Or
where.
still, yeah.
Arizona
So when
East
we
Valley was in Arizona.
East Valley's the longest existing club in Arizona, and then Storm's the second. So that just tells you right there, like how it's a lot of
Changed.
clubs have come and gone. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
San Diego Volleyball Club, but they're, I mean, obviously Coast and Wave are.
Yeah.
I mean,
owners,
Mizuno
but
Long Beach was. I mean, I know that now they've merged it and got bought out by Love as well. But like,
FC Rockstar.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But I guess, I mean, they existed because I played for, but other than that, like, yeah, you can't think of too many sports performance. Kiva? How long is Kiva?
Oh yeah, Kiva. That's a good one.
Kiva,
Munciana,
Circle
Muncie,
City.
Kiva,
Circle City,
Circle City, maybe. Yeah.
Dead
So come of the
Frog,
Midwest. Yeah. Maybe.
Kalamazoo, but I think that was US. It was, there was one in Michigan too, and it's still around.
Is Kamalei still around or no?
That's a good question. Oh, Rainbow isn't still around either, too. That's the other one in Hawaii.
I feel like it's yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
What did Carrie and Sharpley? They all played for in Northern Cal.
There's a club out of Palo
They
Alto. I don't
eliminated
even-
us. They eliminated us. Carrie Walsh's team eliminated us at nationals. Oh, what was their name?
I can't remember right now. It just
I
went
can't
out.
remember either.
But I knew they were.
Was
that
it Palo Alto Volleyball Club?
No.
I don't think
It was Mizuno. I thought it was Mizuno something. Maybe it was just Mizuno.
could be. But yeah, it's interesting to think about. Sting. I think Milwaukee.
They've been around for a long time.
And Northern Lights has been around a very long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's interesting when you start
Front range, maybe. Front
Front
range.
range.
Front
Yep.
range. That's Joy's former club from Colorado, and there's the lovely thing. If you hear that, I apologize. But no, it's interesting to see the dynamics of how, and yes, it has grown across. A5 in Atlanta is a good example of a metro that is, even Houston finally is. I mean, Houston's always had team. Don't misread that because I'm gonna get blown up by a bunch of people. But they've, but these major markets finally have major programs. And it's nice to see it's not just California, right? And you two are big in, and I can say this honestly because I've watched both of you guys since forever. You guys have helped your markets immensely. Like, I mean, there's so many girls out of both of your programs that I just have killed it, like, and still are killing it, so it is fun to watch. And and I'm at TAV, and I love being able to represent these phenomenal athletes, So anyways, thank you guys for doing this. I hope we can do this more and get Joy and maybe get Misty and a couple other people, you guys, if you want to. I know club season's crazy. We've been trying to do this for now, I think 2 years.
Something like that. It's all right. We have hectic lives, but
Right.
it's fun to just talk volleyball and talk past and
Sure.
it's such a small world and small community. And like I said, it kind of just full circles and it's awesome to catch up and we need that more often for sure.
And strong
I agree.
females. And, I love the male coaches. So don't anyone misinterpret
There's
this,
not
but
enough of us though. Yes.
it's a very especially strong females who've not only played the sport at the highest level, but you also have two like daughters and children that it says a lot about who you guys are too. But more importantly, happy birthday, Terry. Mine's actually
Thank
Yes, happy
Friday, so I'm
you.
birthday.
not going to go there. So we're going to stay right
Hope
here.
you get to enjoy. Hope you get to enjoy at least a little bit.
Yes.
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 Thank you guys. And like I said, hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely, it was
Absolutely.
fun.
Thank you.